It's a little loose. I don't think it's... I have a little bit of a decision to make today. It's not like it's an entirely big decision, but I do have a decision to make. But after seeing what Steven did at camp and hearing him tell me how to use a knife, I need to figure out what type of knife I want to get him. He used a pocket folding knife, one that locks, but I don't necessarily like those. I mean, for everyday carry, fine, but for actually doing some work with it, making feather sticks and stuff like that, I prefer just a fixed blade knife with a nice handle, especially if you're going to work with it for an extended period of time. So the question really arises, which knife do I get him? Do I get him a pocket folding knife like everybody else has that he may not use that much? Or do I get him something, at least for home, or let him borrow one of my knives so that he can use the fixed blade at home and practice there and build his skill up with me? Or what? What should I really do? I mean, it's not like he's going to be keeping this in his room or anything. It's going to be under my supervision that he gets to use it until I feel like he's proficient enough with it. So we'll see. But it's a big decision because I want him to be safe. I want him... there's things to consider. Let me show you. There are a few things to consider, and maybe some eliminations and things to get out of the way. Let's figure this out. Now, ultimately, I want to get him a Leatherman, specifically a Leatherman Wave. I think they're very useful. It's a small blade, it locks, one-handed operation. He'll definitely use this later on in life. If I can find one cheap enough, the fact that it has a saw, for him, doing what he's doing in Scouts and such, it would be nice. In Scouts, they seem to like using folding knives. I don't necessarily like this for everyday carry, day-to-day carry, and all of that. Fine. But for doing what he might be doing, at camp and such, I don't think this is the best option. I might get him something similar to this where it requires two hands, so he practices some safe opening and closing techniques and such like that. So we'll see, but I don't think this is the best thing to be making, feather sticks and stuff like that when you're making a fire and whittling stuff down, because this handle, it's not going to be comfortable over time. Although it's not bad, over time, if he's using this for an extended period of time, it may not be the best thing. Now, I much prefer the Morakniv. This one I have neglected on purpose, just because I really wanted to see how it would hold up. This is the carbon steel blade, so it is prone to rust and such, and I've let it rust up a little bit. I put some just oil on and such, but it's been abused, that's for sure. And it's holding, I love the grip on it, I love the handle. It's got a little bit of a safety feature here with the finger thing, not much, but the handle itself, it's solid. It's rubbery, it's grippy. If it gets wet, it's in your hand. The sheath is nice too. You could whip this thing around. That knife is not coming out of there. I haven't had it fall out at all yet. So much so that I picked up another one. Same thing, carbon steel. Probably should get one in stainless. I'd probably get stainless for him so he doesn't have to worry about it rusting really. But Mora does offer stuff with a smaller blade size, and it has a better finger thing. I gotta look up what the name of this is. But the point is, your finger's not gonna slip, and it's really safe. The only thing I don't like about this one is it's a plastic handle, so if you get sweaty or wet or something, I don't trust the grip with it. The finger thing does help. But same thing, this is in its sheath, it's not coming out of there at all. I played around with stuff like this. For what he's gonna do, this isn't gonna be the right application. I bought this more for a specific application. But it's the same, it's got the finger thing, nice grippy to it, and all that. This is the same as the green one, just in red. So I think I'm deciding upon something like this. It's a shorter blade, it's a little bit fatter blade, and it does have plastic and a grip and the finger part. So I think I'll be happy with that, with him using it where he can get a good grip on it, a good, so when he's cutting into stuff and making whatever he's making, he's got a great grip. It's going to be comfortable. It's got that finger thing so that he's not going to slip his finger on here, because these things are really sharp, so you can have nice control over it. The only problem with this particular one, and it might just be this knife itself, not the brand or the run of these knives. This one, it doesn't clip in there as positive as the other ones do. It's a little loose. I don't think it's... Well, there you go. That's what I don't like. That's what I'm afraid of. So I don't want to give him this particular... That scared me. I don't want to give this particular knife to him. I'm going to order another one and see if the difference in sheath, if there's any difference in sheath. This might be the same sheath, actually. Even that doesn't feel quite right. Yeah, it's too loose for some reason. And I don't know if it's because they changed the design of the sheaths or something. I mean, I knew that wasn't going to fit in there. That's not. So maybe it's because they changed the design of the sheath or something like that. I'm not too sure. I should figure out. I mean, I don't really care about this whole, hey, let's clip your knives together thing and carry them like that. That doesn't interest me at all. What interests me is how loose this feels with this particular sheath. So I don't know. I'm not excited about that part of it, but otherwise, I enjoy the more knives. It's just, I don't like that. I gotta figure it out. So, the knife part I like, but this particular sheath, I'm going on a tangent here. This particular sheath, I don't like. So I need to figure out what I want to get Steven. And there's a knife that I saw on Amazon or eBay or something like that. That's similar to this one, at least for a pocket knife. It's smaller, but I don't want him doing a lot with this just because of the handle and stuff like that. So we'll see. I'm leaning towards this though. This one, it's really hard to get your finger. It's almost impossible to get your finger. This one, I could nick my finger. It's a tough decision, especially when it's, you know, a matter of your child's safety, you know what I mean? Everybody needs to grow up a little bit. I know, a whole vlog about knives, but you know what, it's important, and it is a decision to make because I don't want my child getting hurt, and at some point he's gotta get a little responsibility there and realize he's growing up, and he's gotta take a little more responsibility. I mean, it is a decision to make. I don't ever recall my dad ever giving me a knife, or my grandfather giving me a knife, or anything like that, so it's kind of a big thing for me too. And I want to get him something he's going to actually enjoy using and want to use, and use it correctly. So we'll see. And it's kind of in preparation for maybe some upcoming vlogs or videos. We'll see.